So it looks like ZOEY 101 is back, and I have some questions. Paramount Plus is putting out a sequel movie starring Lynn Spears, and it's going to be titled ZOEY 102. I have to admit, I like the title of the movie, ZOEY 102. It kind of just makes sense, but I'm a little bit confused because they put out a music video last year promoting a reboot series, and now we're getting a movie.
Hey there, Kev. Jamie Lynn recreated the famous ZOEY 101 theme song, and we got an exclusive sneak peek at the video.
Before we go any further, I want to acknowledge that my room is starting to look a little bit different because I'm starting to hang things up. And I want to give a shout out to Fire Neon for this beautiful sign of my name. Definitely go and check them out. Their site is linked below. They were scammed by the Ace family. We talked about it on my channel and they gifted me a sign. So go and support a fellow subscriber. But the original series of ZOEY 101 came out in 2005 and ran through 2008. They were all at the Pacific Coast Academy and the storyline made sense. So I was curious to how they're going to make this movie relevant, and it sounds like they're going to bring them all back to present day and reunite them for a wedding, which I wonder who's getting married.
Nickelodeon says, quote, "The movie follows Pacific Coast Academy alumni as they reunite for a wedding in the present day. Production is underway in North Carolina, with a premiere slated for later this year exclusively on Paramount Plus."
So the movie's coming out this year. Sometimes films take, years to create, but it sounds like they're just knocking this one out and it's going to be coming out. And I wonder who's going to be getting married. Do you think it's going to be someone from the show, like these characters from the show? Comment below if you have any guesses. I wonder if this is going to be more of an adult movie or a kids movie, but I did note that Dan Schneider's name was being thrown around, and I'm not entirely sure if he has his hand in ZOEY 102, but honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. If you guys don't remember, Dan Schneider is that creepy producer obsessed with feet. He created ZOEY 101, iCarly, Victorious, and many other shows. And it looks like we'll find out this year because the movie will be coming out and they're currently filming in North Carolina, which I found pretty interesting. I don't know why North Carolina, but that's where they're doing it. Jamie Lynn was quoted saying, "I'm beyond thrilled to be back alongside my PCA family and continue the story of ZOEY and all the characters fans know and love." As an executive producer, it's been an exciting opportunity to work with such incredible talent as well as Paramount and Nickelodeon. So, interesting. Executive producer. Thinking about it, like Jamie Lynn's had a lot of work recently. I mean, she's done her book, she's on the Special Forces show, now she's executive producing this movie. Why does she need her sister's money at all? Or is she just becoming relevant again because people are interested in Britney and her life and they are looking, at people like Jamie Lynn for answers? I mean, the Call Her Daddy episode she did was huge. It got a lot of views. So I really think she's building off the clout she's gotten from the Free Britney movement, but she must be excited. She posted on Instagram a picture of the seats, and I want to talk a little bit about the cast members. So we're getting a lot of original cast members like Jamie Lynn, Aaron Sanders, we've got Sean Flynn, Matthew Underwood, Christopher Massey, which I'm really confused, like both Massey and Underwood have their fair share of allegations.
As for the cast, the movie will reunite PCA favorites and star Jamie Lynn Spears as Zoe Brooks, Aaron Sanders as Quinn Penske, Sean Flynn as Chase Matthews, Matthew Underwood as Logan Reese, Christopher Massey as Michael Barrett, Abby Wilde as Stacey Dilson, and Jack Salvatore as Mark Delfigolo.
Again, I'm a little bit shocked to see Massey there and Underwood. I mean, Matt has, again, found himself in trouble. He's been arrested a few times, and at one point he was with like a minor and they were doing substances and they were in Florida. And if you guys want more on that, I've made a video talking about it before, but it looks like Nickelodeon and Paramount have kind of like lowered their standards. Like they don't go and ask people like Alexa Nicholas, who's advocating for survivors, to be a part of the show, but they ask these other guys who have like a criminal history at this point. And I did hit up my friend Alexa Nicholas, who was originally on ZOEY 101, and of course they did not reach out to her. Nor do I think she would want to be a part of this project, but I do think it's interesting how they offer roles to people who have been problematic, and then the people who have spoken out. I feel like if Alexa was on it, it would you know, people would question like, oh, okay, did like Nickelodeon or Paramount like do something to like elevate themselves? I don't know, but she doesn't want to be associated, and I'm sure they don't want her there either because she's called out so much. It also looks like we're missing out on Victoria Justice and Austin Butler, who recently played Elvis in that movie, so I feel like he's doing much like bigger things, that this Paramount ZOEY 102 movie is probably the last thing on his list. You guys may remember that ZOEY in the show had a little brother named Dustin, and it sounds like Dustin isn't going to be a part of this, which I'm not surprised because Paul has been super outspoken that he would not want to be part of a reboot.
Sorry, Bart. I can't serve booze to a minor. It ain't right.
I'm here to buy fireworks.
Oh, hell yeah.
He's called out ZOEY 101, Nickelodeon, Paramount, Jamie Lynn, everyone so far. And it sounds like he wasn't even really paid for his involvement, I believe, in the music video. Or did he skip the music video? Anyways, I don't believe he was paid for any participation in that. Yet these other people like Noah Beck and these big celebrities were paid for those gigs.
101 reboot. I think we know the answer.
So it looks like there won't be any Dustin, which I find interesting because it seems like Paul and Alexa, they have been outspoken, and maybe that's why they haven't been invited back.
I was running through the six with my...
I would be interested to see if Jamie Lynn's daughter's in the show because she's really wanted to make her daughter a child star, and through the music video project, she was trying to like push her into the limelight, and I wouldn't be surprised if she includes her in this project, especially because she's an executive producer.
Lynn's 12-year-old daughter.
Maddie's in the video, and it was the best day of her life. She's basically best friends with all the major influencers now.
Does your sister make a surprise appearance?
No, she doesn't.
Even though there's a lot of new press about this show, I'm glad that people are bringing up other stars like Jeanette McCurdy, who has claimed that the creator, Dan Schneider, has done awful things to her. And Nickelodeon offered her $300,000 in exchange for her silence. So, I'm glad that like people are remembering like, oh yeah, ZOEY 102 sounds pretty cool, but remember that like Nickelodeon and the whole entire Dan Schneider franchise is extremely problematic.
Nickelodeon shares this first look image of the project, which is currently in production and has a working title of ZOEY 102. According to the press release, the full-length original movie is based on the characters from the hit live-action series ZOEY 101, which ran on Nickelodeon from 2005 to 2008.
So that's all we know about the show. Comment below if you will be watching, but there's a few things I want to bring up in regards to Britney Spears. One thing I found really interesting is that there was supposedly a collab in the works between Beyonce and Britney. I'm not entirely sure what that would have looked like or where this news is coming from. Page 6 stated that there were multiple sources telling them that there was going to be like a music video and Britney was going to be featured, but it doesn't sound like this actually happened. I don't know how legit this is or if it's just like fluff news, but I want to see what you guys thought in the comments below. Another thing I want to hear your guys' opinion on. A lot of times I just bring up things and I'm like, I want to hear their opinion. Jason. So Britney, once upon a time, was engaged to her manager named Jason. And now he has a lot to say about her and her well-being and her mental health on a podcast. It's like, why is this guy coming out the woodworks? Also, he's had a lot of allegations of him like harming her. So, maybe we'll need to do a deep dive on Jason. He's quoted saying, "Listen, did she need a conservatorship when I was there? Yes, I'll be the first to say it. I think she needed some guidance. She'd be the worst person on The Price is Right. She doesn't understand what things cost." He said that she needed the conservatorship for other reasons, including therapy and stopping her from seeing certain individuals that were not great influences. I wonder who gets to deem whether they're a good influence or not, because it seems like Jamie Spears said that everyone was a bad influence. But in his opinion, in Jason's opinion, Jamie 100% meant well by putting the strict conservatorship in place. Jason said unless they can prove that he somehow stole money from her, that it seems like he did everything in his power to do the best for Britney, which is the complete opposite of what she's saying. He said when he was present in Britney's life, she needed someone looking after her, so people didn't take advantage of her. So sounds like he claims that she needed this conservatorship, and I wonder why he's doing this now, probably to try to help Britney's father in some weird way. When I first looked into him, I almost thought that he was like hired to be her like fiance, kind of like giving Sam energy. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's hired to do this press now. But I want to hear what you guys think in the comments below. My podcast is coming out so soon. I'm putting a bunch of like shorts out on the channel page, so definitely go and check that out. I will link it below. Go comment on what you think of it. It's all coming out really soon. We're gonna have like 50 episodes, so get ready, and I'll see you guys in a new one soon. Bye guys.